Hey everybody, I got an order today for something that I haven't made in a while. I call it Snowy Mountains Relief. It's really fun, it's really simple, and it's really easy, so I thought that I would make a quick video and show you guys how I do it. The prep that I've already done here is I have cut the backing. This is a piece of plywood that is 4.5 inches tall and 42 inches wide. I also have all these old fence piece scraps here that are going to make up the mountains. I know I'm going to want two big mountains in the middle, so that's where I start laying out the fence pieces. Once I get those boards exactly where I want them, then I can cut, glue, and pin nail those down, and I can start working on the mountains out to the sides from there. So I cut the boards to length, and this is kind of subjective. It all depends on how tall you want those mountains. The next step is to glue them down. And as you can see, I like to start in the middle here also, because then you have sort of a base to build off of. And sometimes I'll just throw one quick finishing nail in there just to hold it in place. Notice how I draw the line with my pencil right here. That sort of acts as my glue line. And remember, you don't need a big table saw like I have to do this too. You can use a bandsaw, a jigsaw, you can do it by hand. There's so many different options. Don't let your lack of modern tools dissuade you from a cool project. So now I just continue that same process out to the sides. Sometimes I'll use a stop block on the saw. That allows me to get the same cut quickly and accurately a few times. So then I can lay those pieces side by side and get a slightly different effect. Notice how there's gaps in between the mountains where you can still see the backing. I did that on purpose so we could add some mountains to the background for a little depth. So I just make a little mark with my pencil where I want the mountain to end. And then I do a quick cut on the bandsaw. And then just glue them down. And now that all the mountains are built, it's time to paint on that beautiful snow. I'll start by taping off the mountains that I don't want to paint first, just to keep everything really clean. I decided to bring in a long straight edge and butt it up against the bottom of the backing, so then I could see where the future bottom cut was going to be, just for a little perspective. And so I don't paint the snow too far down on the mountains. Alright, so I've let the paint and glue dry overnight, and now it is time to cut the 3 edges, the bottom and the 2 sides, and put a frame around it. So I have these old cedar strips laying around the shop that I found that I think are going to work perfectly. They're about 1 inch by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to stain them a red mahogany so it's a little darker than the mountains, and it'll make the mountains pop a little bit and make the snow shine. I think it's going to turn out great, and all we have to do after that is put hangers on the back to hang it on the wall, and we'll be all finished. I like to cut the bottom on the bandsaw and then take it over to the belt sander just to kind of flatten out the bottom a bit. Now that I have that flat bottom, I can trim the sides. I accidentally cut the side frame pieces off screen, but you all are pretty smart. You could figure out where to measure from the bottom to the top of the mountains to see how long the pieces need to be. The bottom frame piece, on the other hand, is still a little bit long, and I did that on purpose so I could cut it later. So to attach the frame, I just add a little glue, stick it on, and throw some finishing nails in there, and it holds extremely well. Do the same thing to the sides. And this is where I tackle those long ends of the bottom of the frame. I just cut them off with the bandsaw and then take them over to the belt sander to smooth them out a bit. All that cutting and sanding requires a little stain touch-up. All right, let's throw the hangers on the back and we'll be ready to go. I like to pre-drill the holes so everything's just a little bit cleaner. All right, looking good. We're all finished, ready to hang on the wall. I think these things are super cool. I think they're a really cool idea for a mantelpiece, maybe above a fireplace or above a bed or something like that. Either way, super cool, super simple, easy to make, and you'll love it for years to come. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next time.